Jeremy Reynolds with Joy Junction is here today to talk about the growing need to help the homeless population here in the Albuquerque area and what he's doing to help it. As you know, Joy Junction helps hundreds of families on a monthly basis.
It does.
Talk about, you guys are holding your annual fundraiser, but let's talk about the big need. It seems to be growing, especially with the economy down like it is.
Kim, it's a huge need, and about 5 years ago we used to shelter on average about 150 people a night. Now we're routinely sheltering sometimes in excess of 300, 70 to 80 of whom are kids, and that's really scary because no kid should have to be homeless.
It seems like the face of the homelessness has changed as well. You don't have these people who've spent their whole life on the streets. These are people who've just run into tough times recently.
Well, scaringly, if that's the word, scaringly, we have had a few times when somebody maybe stayed with us back in 1986 or 7, and now they're still homeless and their kids are coming to stay with us. That doesn't happen very often. But no, the folks who come to us are younger and younger. People still have the stereotypical image of the old man with the booze bottle and so on. But 60 to 70 to 80 kids each night, young couples, people who are terribly embarrassed also because of the climate that we find ourselves in. We referred some people to Healthcare for the Homeless that does a great job for medical care, and they told my staff, very, very indignant, you know what, we're not going there. We are not homeless.
There's a new book that you had out. It's called Now You See Me. It's a book to try to let people know, to educate people about the problem, and it's not this stereotypical what they thought it was, really.
You know, people are so ready. I think it's a human issue that is part of us, you know, Kim, to judge, to say, well, you know, Kim's on the streets, Jeremy's on the streets because they're lazy. If they would just put forth some more effort. What they fail to realize, we've discovered for the most part, there are terrible indignities, terrible sufferings, terrible emotional traumas that these folks go through. So I started to write a series of books that told Kim and Jeremy's whole story, the rape, the abuse, the trauma, the indignity, and to me, Kim, it's almost a wonder, after suffering some of the things these folks have, they've even made it to Joy Junction.
Let's talk about the big banquet. This is your big fundraiser for the year, and you guys need a lot of money because of how many people
we need a lot of money. In fact, Kim, we get no federal, state, county, city funding. We're not United Way members. Our yearly budget is about $2 million a year.
And this is all donated funds or raised funds?
Raised funds. We have an extensive mailing list, and we're just out in the community and being on, well, also with folks like you. But this Friday at the Marriott Pyramid, country star Rocky Lynn, comedian Charles Marshall will be there. And also just a chance to showcase, if that's the right word, to showcase the need. We also want to expand because, again, on any given night, Kim, we are turning away 5 to 25 people a night, and that is tragic.
Okay, thanks, Jeremy, for coming in. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Kim.